So tell me about your booth and your books.
Hi, my name is Todd FAHNESTOCK. FAHNESTOCK is my last name, and I'm an author. I write edge-of-your-seat epic fantasy novels. This is my Threadweavers series. Now, when I say Threadweavers, I want you to think magic user, think wizard. That's what they're called in this world, okay? So we have two main characters, this 18-year-old girl and this eternal man, okay? So we'll start with her. She's just a young woman in a small town. She would like nothing more than a normal life. But that's not gonna happen for her because she's the first Threadweaver to arise in 100 years. Now, 100 years ago, there were lots of these Threadweavers. They misused their magic and they just about destroyed the world. Essentially, what they did was they created this magical nuclear war that sucked out all the magic from the lands, wiped out all the Threadweavers, and killed 80% of everybody else, okay? So it was this cataclysm that shook the world. Now, 100 years later, the lands are dry, they're brittle, and if there's one thing all of the rest of us that remain, the 20% of us that are left, can agree on, is that Threadweavers suck, right? So, if the villagers find out that Mirolah is exhibiting these powers they thought were gone forever, they're gonna kill her, okay? Cut to the second main character and the title character of the first volume, 1,400-year-old demigod and legend known as Wildmane. This guy is an immortal hero who's been kicking butt for 14 centuries because 14 centuries ago, the god of justice took up residence in his body and then went to sleep. Now, not only did this make Wildmane immortal, but it also gave him access to this vast amount of power that when he lets that off the chain, look out. This guy has been known to take on entire armies single-handedly and win. He can do just about anything. But because of something specific that happened to him 400 years ago, what he wants to do is die. Now here's what happened. 400 years ago, during one of his many epic battles, the love of his life, this immortal woman who can change into a dragon, got caught up in a spell during the fight that took her and put her into this gemstone right here. And then the gemstone locked with a riddle that only Wildmane can solve. Now, if he solves it, the spell is simple. The gemstone will open and she'll go free. But as I mentioned, it's been 4 centuries. And this guy that can do just about anything can't solve this riddle, right? So he hates himself. He has lost all hope. He is languishing in a castle by the sea and he wants to die. Now these two main characters come together and they embark on a journey across the lands to bring magic back to the world. That's Threadweavers.
What do you hope the readers get out of it, and what will surprise the readers also?
Well, if the reader loves high fantasy with deep world building, complex characters, and a fast pace, they're going to love what I do. I do edge-of-your-seat epic fantasy.
Do you go to most cons, and how can people find you on the internet?
Well, there's a lot of cons. You can find me at toddfahnestock.com, and I go to as many cons as I possibly can. I'll be in the LA Comic-Con this year, and I go to Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City, Fan Expo in Denver. I go to a lot of cons. So yeah, you can find me usually in the Western region at least.
Why not? Why is it good for an author like you to go to cons on a constant basis?
You know what? My main goal is to get my books into the hands of people who love what I do. So my main goal of going to a con is to meet readers face to face. People who love to read, love to immerse themselves in a fantasy world and go on an adventure that moves at a good clip. That's what I'm hoping to do.
And what's your hopes and dreams about your book series for this?
Oh, goodness. Well, you know, movies, expanding the stories as wide as I can, shows, that would be really, really great. But mostly just getting the stories out there, like having people love them and read them and tell other people about them. So yeah, so to find out more about me, toddfahnestock.com, that's TODDFAHNESTOCK.com. All one word. You can find all of my books there. You can find descriptions about my books. Also, a pop-up will happen. It looks like this, and it will sign you up for my readers group. I send out an email twice a month to tell you where I am, what I'm doing, fun things I'm working on, and sometimes I ask for beta readers. So if you know what that is and you want to sign up for my readers group, that's the best way to keep up to date on everything that I'm doing.